losing his mind. Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
Yeah. Right? And I'm not playing no games. Yeah.
Greetings and salutations, folks. I'm Pops, and sometimes things just change, and you get a chance to talk and chat and catch up and do those things. So that's what we're going to do. And hey to Claude, good to see you, my friend. So yeah, this is not structured. This is not planned. There are links. People could jump in. We don't know. If you want to jump in, you let me know. We'll do some stuff. We're just going to do some stuff. I tell you, it has been crazy leading into the holidays, doing the YouTube thing, dealing with real life stuff. I mean, I don't know about you guys. You guys challenged a little bit too with that kind of stuff? Yeah. So, but yeah, I have card packs behind me. I think we'll bust open a couple of card packs, talk about some comic books, talk about the channel, stuff going on. I don't know. Did you guys catch my Sunday morning thing? I did Saturday morning thing, trying to do a little different. So yeah, Saturday morning cartoons. I don't know if any of you are as old as I am, and I remember that thing. So I thought, well, I'm going to put my Batman and X-Men Popspectives on Saturday morning. So you wake up, there they are. They're there for you. It doesn't matter. It's like 9 a.m., 9:30 Eastern. So yeah, they're kind of there when you wake up. I mean, it depends on how early you get up, I suppose. Hey, Princess Leia Rose. Good to see you, lady. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, so yeah, I'm doing that on Saturday mornings. And now on Sundays, starting the first of the year, we're more like serious. 9 a.m. on Sunday, same premise. We set those up as premieres. So I'm usually free between 9 and 10, so I can kind of chat and interact with you guys, but really going to incorporate some of my other channel material into this one, so the Pops universe can kind of coalesce. So the what's your story, life lesson, words of wisdom, those types of things can kind of come together. Those will start officially January 1st, but I might have one that's kind of special. I may drop sooner than that. We'll see. Hey, Mike. Oh, man, so good to talk to you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. So yeah, this is kind of one of those moments. I mean, if you want to hop in, you want to chat, you guys want to catch up, kind of like playing some stuff off the cuff. Talked about doing cards, mostly comic books, news. There's so much to talk about. So the problem I have is my brain sees things. I'm like, that could be a stream. That could be, oh, duh. Well, hopefully you'll feel better, my friend. Sorry about the flu bugs. Anytime you get stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. So some of that stuff. Yeah. The Pops verse. I need a logo or something for Pops verse and some things like that. So yeah, the Pops verse is, I think we're taking the Pops verse and we're finally trying to get everything kind of in the Pops verse, right? Because I mean, I really don't deal with the eBay store really. I kind of keep it in its own thing. I need to figure out a way to kind of bring it in. I need to figure out a way to bring this in. I need to kind of like make everything go. And that part is really not my forte, but we'll do that. We'll get there. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have questions, comments, things you want to talk about. I want to touch on, oh, it's still there. Okay. For a minute there, I thought it was gone. Like I can't not get into this. Like, what is wrong with? Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. They change all their stuff. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I know you're in graphic design, bro. My budget's like zero. Mike, I don't know if you've known some of the crap going on my computer, my power supply use. I've replaced this. I've replaced that. So there's a lot of those kinds of things that have gone on. It's totally been a setback. I did get my first order of Pops stickers and such, so that's kind of cool. So those I'll have, but this was trending. Hashtag Miles Morales is Spider-Man. And I just laugh. No. Why do you think he's always called Miles Morales? So anytime you see this, I feel like these people need to be trolled. And my advice to trolling them is simply to say, what has Miles Morales done or accomplished that Peter Parker didn't do first? Because if you read the Miles Morales stories, which it's one of those things where I've caught up on it and I feel like I should have done, I wasn't doing videos, so I feel like I should do a video, but I really would want to reread it to give you guys some sort of value, but it's crap. And I'm like, I don't want to read. It's such a blatant racist ripoff of the Spider-Man story that was supposed to be in the Ultimate Universe, and then they kind of cheated and brought it in. And I said, well, the Into the Spider-Verse movie at least made it kind of interesting and classy. They tried a couple of things like that. But in the comic book, it's like goes to Osborn's, gets bits by the spider. It's like the same freaking story. It's such a knockoff thing. It's awful. So Whitechapel, bro. Oh, thanks, man, for hanging out with me. Whitechapel, I have your list of some card needs. I will put that together this week. Try to let you know which ones I have and don't have. I have a few. I'm not going to be able to complete your list, but listen, hey, it's a couple you didn't have, bro. I'll be happy to help you. So, yes, Miles is a Spider-Man, but not the Spider-Man. Like he's Miles Morales. It's fine, right? And it's okay that there are other characters. I wish they would have done so. Like if you are familiar with this is let's do this. So this was all right, this is Spider-Man 2099, completely different story, right? It's a good way to have a Spider-Man, but a different story. I wish they had done something different with Miles Morales. It's like this thing, and I think, do you need to constantly be doing things to get people to buy into it? Like, I just don't. This is so funny. Like, there's all these little trends or whatever. Yeah, it's so funny how many knockoff things that they keep trying instead of staying with the tradition of what we actually like. But yeah, that was trending today. Actually, it appears to still be trending on my page. I don't know. I was kind of laughed. So, but no, Whitechapel, I can't take time. I'm already behind. I'm still chasing addresses and some stuff from before. So I always have a lot going on. So, Castle, hey there. Hope you're doing well, man. Tell me what's going on, what you guys are into. But yeah, the Miles Morales Spider-Man thing still, it makes my head hurt a little bit. So, but yeah, I am going to do a special giveaway from folks who are in the stream and or leave comments. This is a Spider-Man 1993 Marvel Masterpiece card, Spider-Man 2099. Before you get too excited, it is not a perfect card. It has, well, I don't have my glasses close enough. I have a little, for those of you that want to tease me, I have one of those little jeweler things boop, 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 to look, right? So there is a corner or something. It's still a nice card. It's just not perfect. So I try to, but I was like, I'm going to give this one away. So we're going to give this one away to either someone in the chat or someone who leaves a comment. I'm going to do like the part of my Christmas stream, be giving away these prizes, that kind of thing. And a little sneak preview on that Christmas stream. I'm going to do that later this month. It'll be my kind of like last real live stream of the year. It's going to be, for the members that can participate. So they'll be in there. That's on the 21st. So if you're not a member, you may have to hear about it after the fact, but you will still be able to win this prize. You'll still be able to win your card if you're not on that stream. But the streams when I'm going to announce these type of things. I have Red Hulk. I'll be giving that away as well. This is the hardback issue. I have a review that's dropping this week on this. So that'll be given away in a very similar fashion if you can put two and two together there on that. So yeah, Spidey fabulous. Spider-Man's fun, man. Spider-Man's still a legacy. And the fact that they need to constantly play this Miles Morales thing just kind of shows like you either earn the credibility or you don't. And it's just not a real big it's not a win thing. Yeah, I try to do some, Mike. I'm still catching up on a couple from before. I just addresses, and then any of you live overseas, I'm telling you, man, the shipping overseas thing here, it's gotten out of hand. There's some crack going around at our postal service, man. I'm talking about a small package that weighs a couple ounces. It'd be like $20. It's crazy. So, great card set, the 93s. Yeah, that's what's on my desk right now, Chapel. I didn't know if you knew that or not. I know you probably have this. I didn't go through. I'd have to go back through your folders again. But yeah, that's what all of this is. These are all 93s. I did a little video or stream or something where I was showing off a few of them, talking about them a little bit, but I still have more to sort through, and I listed a few more and things like that. So yeah, Red Hulk. Yeah, Red Hulk's coming to the MCU in some way, shape, or form. I hadn't read up on it, and that's kind of ended up down that rabbit hole. So yeah, Mike, we should do it. We should do it, but reality is everything that's going on my channel now. It's like it kind of grew, changed, and morphed so much since we had that conversation. I almost feel like there's just really not a good place for it. But I agree, man. We could definitely read these crappy comics and mock them. I have no problem doing it. It's about trying to fit it in or doing something like that. So, but yes, these companies deserve to be mocked. So, but yeah, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, versus Miles Morales is Spider-Man. The debate continues. But yeah, the hashtag Miles Morales is Spider-Man was trending. Those kinds of things are still going on, and makes me laugh. This really does make me laugh. So I think now when I look at some of the trending on my page, it looks like a lot of the football is finally taking over, which is what I told somebody earlier today. I said, well, by the end of the day today, it'll be mostly, there's a few like variations of it, like just Spider-Man still on the list, but you'll see like all the football stuff and things like that will start to take over by the end of the day. That's just how the news works. But I'm too busy. Well, I make myself busy, but I do have a lot, between Tuesday nights. Like I said, I'm doing the Saturday morning cartoons now. So I'm recording those videos kind of in advance if I can. I've gotten a week ahead. So I'm going to be doing more of that probably tomorrow. Doing X-Men animated, Batman animated series. Those drop Saturday morning. I'm doing my Watch Your Story ramp up now for 2023. So I'll be doing those on Sunday morning. So there's 2 big things that I'm doing. Yeah, to talk hard to that. That's 3. I want to bring Pops Talk back in 2023. We kind of took a little hiatus on that. I'm regularly reviewing shows, right? So right now I'm doing Tulsa King, Santa Clauses. Oh, praise the Lord. Finally finishes. Oh my gosh, that show is absolutely an abomination. Just complete RIP the Santa Claus, by the way. Just, oof. So yeah, I tend to not leave myself open with as much room as I should. So, but if you guys want me to be on your shows or anything like that, you need to message me. Please be patient with me. I'm kind of booked out. I had someone message me about coming on and doing something in January. So yeah, it's already started. But I thought I would do this tonight, just chit chat about some things, talk about some different things instead of just, doing a bunch of videos and random things. I'll just put them up as clips later, or kind of dive into some things. And I tried to read a couple of comics and keep up with some stuff. So I read, we'll get to that. Maybe we'll do a couple of those comics tonight. We'll just get through a couple. I'm going to pull up one of them. If I know Gray over at Wakazashi's Tea House, he likes the desktop versions of Marvel's Unlimited, and I agree that once I'm in it, it's okay. But getting in, I tell you, man, I have a terrible time getting to the screen that I want to be on. To get in and read a comic book. Like, it's such a hassle to find the one that you want to get to. I don't know. It's just a me issue, I suppose. Because once you're in, you can kind of navigate, but you got to log in. But then they keep you in like their merch and all their stuff side. They don't take me into where I want to go, even though I keep hitting the comic book button. I have so much easier time on their app. Hey, Joker Voice, one of our members, one of my friends. Thank you so much, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Padawannabe, there's a link there, buddy. You can hop in here. You're all out of bubble gum. Hey, listen, man, I'm going to open some packs if you want. I'm going to open some more packs. Now, I'm not chewing them, but you might chew them. By the way, yes, there is a video of Padawannabe. Let's just share that moment with everyone so you guys can catch up. And I'm going to try to get into the Marvel app while it's playing. This has definitely been a fun Pops moment. So thank you for that, my friend. There it goes. Hang on, Joker. I'm trying to get Padawannabe's thing to pop up here while it.
So I stacked all the pieces here. We're gonna.
Oh, he went for the hardcore. I wish I could see Loki's face.
Wow.
Padawannabe is the boss.
You're the boss, brother.
You're the boss. We're clipping this. This will be a new clip.
It's like dusty pop rocks with no pop.
Pop rocks with no pop. Holy cow.
There's no way that's gum anymore.
It's just no taste at all.
It still tasted like chewing gum. But there's
No, you're a soldier, brother.
it just turns to dust. There's no
all I can say to that is
not staying
Wow.
I know. Epic, huh? 1983 gum.
Ha! Ha!
Return of the Jedi gum. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. So yeah, return. What's going on, my friend? How you been?
Oh, I was about to take my nap before going to work tonight. It's my Monday, but I saw this and I'm like, a chance to talk to Pops? Oh, please. That can wait.
I know on a Sunday, I know everything is all out of whack in my end of the world. It is so fun. I'm glad I do this, but I just I've got like all sorts of things rolling around, things we should do. I can't sleep right now. So I'm like, let's just do this, talk to everybody, see what's going on. So I'm glad you did, my friend. I saw you were on with Pacific, seeing Joker doing his thing on Fridays, his own video. I mean, love it, bro. Just love it. That's it right there.
And I got one dropping tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific time, just to thank Jennifer Lawrence for being the first stutterer on YouTube ever.
It's the best. It is the gift that just keeps on giving. Like I really.
She has become the new Chuck Norris, only in reverse.
Yeah. So Matt, a common idiot, he texted me because he'd put a short together. He didn't tell me he did it. And then I looked and I saw it. So it was just Jennifer Lawrence intercut with like Ripley and stuff like that. And the shirt was already like a couple thousand views or whatever. It's like, and he's like, what the? I'm like, yeah, it is the gift that we'll never stop giving. Like we can always make Jennifer Lawrence references at this point. Like this is
just great now.
Yeah, the first ever. It's like, oh my gosh,
which goes back, which is actually more of a follow up to my video last Thursday, which celebrities say stupid stuff, and I had recorded that, uploaded it, dropped it, and then I wake up and I hear this, and I'm like, oh, this is too good, and this will be the joke until the next celebrity says something stupid, which give it any day now.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's big business. As someone who would literally just relish in celebrity news stuff, like it was just between politicians and celebrities. It was one of the easiest things I had to write to fill content, and we usually do pretty well. Right. That and then like crime stories, like it's just there's always someone doing something stupid, crazy, whatever. And I will tell you, it was fun back in the day doing weird stories because Florida, which I'm here, is a plethora of weird stories. And we would get them just a little bit before the national news. So for instance, I know two in particular. One was dude naked attacking police in Orlando with a samurai sword.
Oh yeah.
That's a gift. That's just
not too long ago. And this got barely covered in my local news, but there was a guy on the major highway out here in Vegas, naked with a bull rope, swinging it around on the highway.
It's the best.
And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, one of our biggest stories was the dude he plays Gaston at Disney World.
Oh, no.
And I guess in his own time, he got drunk and set a firework, like a Roman candle, off on his head and killed himself.
Oh.
But it was like, dude was a Gaston. You're like, what on earth is wrong with people? Like, I don't even know.
As stupid as Gaston.
I'm like, he's deep in the role. I mean, living. Yeah, I know.
Oh, and my days at Disneyland, the things I could have, the things I've seen, and oh boy, that's just.
So let's catch up. We've had another week or so since we talked.
Yes.
And I had a busy couple days. So, what are you still watching? Are you still watching Willow?
I watch it almost just to see if it can get worse, and it doesn't disappoint. It just gets worse.
Okay.
And this last episode, oh dear God. I mean, at first it was just the princess and her friend who was insufferable. Now it's everybody. All the heroes are just jerks.
Wow.
And
yeah, I have no desire at all with any of this stuff.
It's kind of like the effect of the Rings of Power when you wanted a Halbrand to kill Galadriel. You were rooting for the bad guy.
Gotcha. Oh,
well,
Pacific.
Well, what's up, Mike?
My friend. How you doing? Well, man. And DJ Ronnie G also awesome. So, hey, Cannoli. Hope you're doing well. If you guys want to jump in, I just dropped the link again. We can chat about whatever. I have some personal stuff that kind of changed around, so I'm here 2 days early. So we're gonna throw some content together, try to get caught up on some stuff. I recorded so the cheat right now is I record generic video. I mean, it's edited, but it's done. Then I upload it and just leave it there as draft. It's scheduled for like 2 weeks from now. And then I can have time to do the thumbnail, get in there, tweak all the details, and then move it up to where it needs to go into its appropriate time slot. So
gotcha.
It's going to be a busy week. Hopefully it'll be good because I can get a little ahead. I'm hoping to get ahead. And you and I talk about it. Batman animated series.
Oh, so good. I know.
I just did the review on the 2 Clayface episodes.
Oh,
golly, it's so good. I mean, it is.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, I cannot believe. And then I have to be honest. It's funny how it coincided with my X-Men week of being the Juggernaut episode, which at this point was one of the weakest ones. There's like really cringy dialogue. There's a bad animation cell or two. It was like, ooh, it's a weird compare and contrast week. So, but it's fun. Saturday morning cartoons with Pop started this week, so we'll be doing that regularly, dropping those 2 on there. And
I just watched your one with Leather Wings and Heart of Ice, and Heart of Ice is just.
It's one of the best. It's definitely one of the best.
Absolutely.
I would find it hard to believe I won't have because I think I'm gonna do a week of like the best of this season. Maybe season 1, do a best of season 1, and then kind of keep going and for a while, and maybe I'll throw in some other animation stuff along the way or whatever. But it's been fun revisiting it, and it's also just it's great. It's just
absolutely
all right. So you're for your own edification, you're keeping up with Willow. Is there anything else that you got hot right now that you're kind of watching or keeping up with?
I just wrapped up the Wednesday series not too long ago.
Yeah, you had a lot of love.
I watched that Netflix film Troll, which I thought was which I enjoyed. I don't speak Norwegian, so thank God for subtitles. But nothing's really tickling my fancy as I'm just like, oh my God, I just have to keep that. That's something that I'm entranced with. I do a show on the Monday where we're going back and going through the series Game of Thrones episode by episode.
Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing those pop up.
Yeah, and so this I watched the episode that we're doing tomorrow night. Is season 1, episode 6, and it's a damn good episode too.
Yeah, I'm so for any of you that don't know or haven't heard me explain, I didn't watch Game of Thrones in real time, and it's obviously not a show that I would be, real attuned to want to digest, and not something at all Mrs. Pops would want on. So I was happy to binge it many years later because then I could just kind of keep going.
Right.
So for me, I was even more. Well, I knew of
Right.
the Red Wedding. I knew of it, and I kind of knew. But it's so good. It still devastated me. It still crushed me.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's easier for me to articulate, I think, because I watched them like in binging, how much you get to season 3. And then it's like, it's a decline of season 4 and season 5. And then of course you have the 7, 8 debacle where 8 it's just, and I got to be honest. I'm even a harder critic of season 8. Forget about just content. You can't even see most of the content. Like half the content on your phone.
The long night episode. It's impossible to see.
It's so black. There's no way. I mean, it's so irresponsible as a creator that this is what you got away with doing.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Yeah, if you're into Game of Thrones, then folks, make sure you seek that out. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. And like we have great creators here in the chat, folks. Obviously Pacific 414 and Cannolisasquatch. Cannolisasquatch has been doing some great stuff, man. I tell you what, it's awesome. I had Princess Leia Rose on for a nice little Star Wars chat here recently.
Yes,
so,
yes.
of course, Mike over at Comic Relief Crusaders getting his wheels going again and doing some more stuff. So, and it is a first. You say his name once, you say it twice.
Hey, Cannoli, what's up, buddy?
The streak is
going, everybody.
We are on a streak together, my friend.
Oh.
Took long enough, but yeah, I got home early from my family stuff, and I figured, what the hell? Let's just jump on with Pops, and glad to see Joker here too.
Right on.
Hey, man, it's great to finally get a chance to have you on, man. I'm loving the streams, loving the shows. Love Mrs. C. Mrs. C and I are fan. I'm a big fan of Mrs. C. I love that Mrs. C's giving him crap. We giving him crap. It makes me laugh.
Of course,
like,
there she
I'm
is.
not alone.
Yeah, right. It's a typical marriage. What else would be new, right?
Absolutely, bro.
Why I'm
Absolutely.
Not married. That's why I'm not married.
Yeah, this is.
I've tried that twice.
Hashtag Joker Rudd. That was the trending trending hashtag of the weekend was hashtag Joker. I did my part. I tried.
Oh no. See, and most folks do, and only like Mike would know that joke. No one else knows that joke, Pops.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to tune into Mike's stream to get it and understand the value of hashtags in my world because they're absurd, and I love making more absurdity of them. So Joker's doing mostly a lot of stuff. It sounds like just for personal edification. You're not doing like I am, like a lot of the episodic stuff. Like you're kind of off that a little bit from now. It sounds like.
Well, yeah, because I'm doing, like I said, and then my Thursday video next week just got some new information from Valiant and WDW Pro that, oh my God, the failure of Phase 4 is now completely complete. We got new, let's see, WDW Pro, which is launching his YouTube channel on January 1st.
Okay. All right. We're looking for new content from Joker then and get more of that. It is really, really amazing. Everybody kind of coming together and doing that. And wait, make sure we're clear. Mrs. C is here as well. She's in our chat. So hail to you, Mrs. C. And Mrs. C, you could always come up here and give me crap as well. We could get somebody out of the way if we needed to. But
so I know, Pops, that you really liked my face bomb video where I was looking at just the numbers of how much each film has lost. Okay, check this out. Wakanda whatever had a $250 million production budget. A lock source from WDW Pro, who he trusts more than any of the trades, said that Disney took from the marketing budget from Lightyear and Strange World, and the marketing budget for for the Wakanda is dollar for dollar the production budget, $500 million price tag.
Ouch.
Because it just now crossed. It's going to be around 750 in the next. If it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. It'll cross 750.
I think the projections was like 765, something around there.
Yeah. Wow.
So
I can't wait to have the video and because I don't know if you didn't see the video, Cannoli, if I need you to see this video that he did, I felt like it was like those old stock market things where you got the little visor on it, like, and you're just listening to the numbers just spewing out of money, just bursting into flames and that kind of thing. So, Cannoli, let me bounce to you then, man. What is what are you streaming? What are you watching? What are you reviewing regularly right now, man?
So we've been kind of since we do our Monday show though, we're doing the Christmas theme stuff right now. So we're doing a lot of. We just did Lethal Weapon, and we're doing. We had a vote on Twitter where it was between Eyes Wide Shut and Christmas and Gremlins. So everybody chose Gremlins, but everybody on the team wanted the other one.
That's an interesting.
But you got to go. Yeah, you got to go with the people want. But no, we chose Gremlins. We're gonna do a small kind of analysis review on that. And I haven't watched that movie in, God, I don't know how long. So I just rewatched it on HBO Max, and I forgot how much I liked that movie. Especially growing up as a kid with the Gizmo toys, I had all that. You know, it's a fun movie. But doing that, and then of course I just had my RRR review panel, and that thing is just destroyed. My viewing numbers went through the roof.
Isn't
it?
Of
that movie, it's amazing.
It's just. I know what I tell you guys. It is
him and Chris Gore. It just
oh my god,
Chris had so praised that way, and then of course the Flacids and Zacks, and I'm like, okay, let me. And we were going to be on a stream, and I'm like, I hadn't watched it yet. Let me do it. And I watched it twice before that stream, and I was just like, I'm really having a hard time understanding how little money you made this guy for, guys. And that's when I ended up down the rabbit hole and whatever. I actually just did the new one. It's called Kantara. Now, Kantara, I think it's still in some theaters now. I watched this movie. My review, it dropped already. It did. It's not for everybody. It's a very meh kind of reaction for the most part.
Sure.
Until you start to digest a little deeper into the lore of the film, and you realize the lead actor wrote and directed it, and it's less than a $2 million budget. And you're like, what the hell? And then you start to realize this entire final scene. So it's extremely into like spiritual folklore and this itty bitty village, and they worship this demigod, and how there's this history that's set up, and then there's like this big conflict over basically land rights. And there's, for our taste, way too much time spent on that. Like it's an hour or something. It's way too long. But this last 40 minutes, it makes a radical shift. And then the last 20 minutes are off the chain insane, especially when you think about the dude did the stunt himself and the money and everything, like the makeup, the amount of extras they have on location.
Wow.
And it kind of became like, it's like a way I felt about like Blair Witch in a lot of ways, right? Okay, it's not a very good movie. It's like, it's okay. Yeah, all right. But then when you put some perspective on it and scope on it and get like the theatrical miracle that it is, you're like, holy crap. So these movies are fun to dive deep down. And Jokey was talking about Trolls, which is a Norwegian film on Netflix, and you're not the first one to say that's good. So I'm going to be giving that a roll too. And
yeah, me too.
And then I also watched Brahmada, I think it's called. Another
Brahmastra, right?
Yeah, Brahmastra.
Oh yeah, that's another one on the list. Yeah.
Did you like Brahmastra?
I didn't. I thought it was okay. I mean, it comes from Star Studios, which is the overseas version of the House of the Mouse. So it has a very Disney feel to it. And the lead in RRR is also the lead in this.
NTR or Ram Charan? Do you know which one's which?
I don't know which one's which.
The one that played Ram is Ram in real life, and then Beam.
No, the lady. No, the female lead.
Sita.
Their actresses are so hot, aren't they? I mean, these lead actresses in these movies. Oh my gosh, it is insane.
She's gorgeous.
Wait till you see Bahubali 1.
I have seen Bahubali 1 actually.
I
That
need to see
scene where
that.
he's that
What's
scene
the
where he's
song?
taking it's a
What's
scene
the
where they
song?
fight and they take off her clothes.
Yeah, they're taking off all their
I'm
clothes and yeah, he's
I'm like-
undressing her and yeah.
I'm like, what is
Oh.
happening in this scene? It's so classy and
And-
sexy at the same time,
Yeah.
and you're like, what is
Yeah.
happening? Yes, it's
Yeah.
great.
It's good.
This is on the what now?
Bahubali's on
Netflix
Netflix.
or Amazon. Yeah,
Mhm.
those
Either
are your two to go tos when it comes
Okay.
to this. So
Okay,
yeah, so we've
I'll-
got Cannoli on the Cannoli and the team on the RR bandwagon. We've got them on
yeah.
Gremlins tomorrow night, which is again. So let's spin our wheels on that for a second. What defines a Christmas movie,
Oh,
right? Because I
boy.
was like, I had to I did a little poll. It wasn't really deep enough, and I was like, all right, so we have to get through a few fundamental rules. Like, so there are easy low-lying fruit, right? Like Santa, and,
Mhm.
like real on the nose type stuff. But let's
Well,
take
yeah.
like Die Hard, right? I'm like, okay, hold on, let's go down the list, right? So we have gift giving. It's set at Christmas. Christmas music, Christmas references,
Mhm.
family reconciliation. You start checking the box, and you're like, how could it not be a Christmas movie?
Right.
What makes Gremlins a Christmas movie then? Because I can think of a couple things that are not on that list that one has, right? Because you have snow and you have caroling. The Gremlins are
Yes.
caroling. Gift giving is repetitive through the theme of the film in a couple spots, right? So,
Right.
yeah.
Batman Returns is the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Oh my gosh, I have a hot take. I don't like Batman Returns because the scale of the movie is so small. Like other than like the Catwoman scenes, which I love, of course, but the scale of Batman is
Yeah,
all
that's
Gotham
funny. When
City feeling so small in that movie.
You hear people talk about the two movies, the original ones with Keaton. People think that always say that Returns is the better of the two. I prefer the first movie.
I agree.
Because it sets the whole tone.
Well, I have a certain liking of that film. I don't know really what it is.
The prejudice and biases run deep. I understand.
Shazam.
Matt is here as well. I'm so glad, Matt, you're able to hang out with us, man. I just jumped on. I've been texting Matt, and I was able to listen to Matt, which because my schedule's been crazy. I don't usually get to catch the live streams and stuff from the Man a Common Idiot. Here he is with us as well. So awesome, my friend. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Pops, gentlemen? Hope you're doing well.
Oh, if I was any more
Doing well.
amazing, I'd be illegal.
sounds can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
So
Actually, I think Matt. I think this is the first time we've met like on a stream. I know I've watched you on Pops before, but this is our first time.
Yeah, same. I've
awesome.
seen you on streams before, but I don't think we've streamed yet together. So finally. Yeah.
Worlds collide.
You lucky boy, you.
Cannoli, so you stream on Monday nights. So right now you're doing Christmas stuff, that kind of, and the other night you stream is Saturday.
It's a
or
Friday.
Sunday?
It's a Friday night.
Oh,
It's
Friday night. Okay.
Friday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's more. That's with my other co-host, and we just podcast topics and general topics, and talk about a variety of things. And last week was about a little bit of the Brittany Griner stuff, but not too much. And then there was like these weird Christmas traditions that all over the world. And my favorite one was the pooping log and the pooper from Catalonia. Yeah, if you watch the clip, it's up there. There's very interesting stuff out there around the world. Yeah.
It's funny you say that too, because I don't know. None of you are suffering through Santa Clauses, right? I'm the only sadistic person here that's putting up with this nonsense, right? Okay.
I refuse.
So the entire premise of the show, I thought by the title's called The Santa Clauses. And then of course I knew this one episode was called not multiverse, Yuleverse, right? Well, I thought this was really going to be simple. Was going to be like, well, they're just going to set up that there's not one Santa Claus. There's Santa Clauses in all these different countries and cultures and things like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're going to, and early on, they brought in the Italian one, which is La Boffa. I forget how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I thought, well, they're just going to bring in Father Christmas. They're going to bring in whatever. They don't do anything. They just destroyed their franchise. They just destroyed their IP.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I didn't see all of the cannoli thing. I know I saw parts of it, but I may go back and watch.
Yeah,
it.
I had some stuff. There's going to be more clips of it coming out throughout the week that I'm spreading out. But the stream was up Friday. It was pretty funny. These weird traditions, and then you just hear about this stuff, and you're just like, wow. So that one was very peculiar, but was probably the most interesting one. Krampus was in there. There was a couple of them in there that were just kind of normal, the ones that are popular. But that one was unique because I had never heard that one before. And to give credit to the missus, she's the one who did the research on that and found that. And I was like, that's got to be the main one. So yeah, that was an odd one.
Mrs. C.
Yeah.
Mrs. C made me laugh too about like the Black Friday ones where she found some of these crazy Black Friday stories that got out of hand and arrests and things like that.
Yeah,
so,
there's a lot of.
By the way, Joker is fact dropping and make sure everybody is correct.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's right.
Joker,
God, so bad.
A lot of firsts for her, huh?
Yes.
We were saying early on, Matt, it's the gift that keeps on giving. As you found out in your short, Matt messaged me about his short. Like, what is the deal? I'm like, the deal is that is the gift that will just keep on giving. Indeed, my friend.
Yeah,
especially this time of the year. So,
figured I'd try something there. It was that whole scene was rough.
Yeah,
the
show did go a little off the rails as usual.
Yeah, but you know what? That's kind of the fun of doing all this, to be honest.
It was great, especially in the chat. The feedback was good, so we said, let's just go with this. Can't beat that.
And I will say, I love the fact that Cannoli also does clips. If I only have a couple minutes or something like that, instead of like the full, I can kind of reverse engineer through the clips to. Yeah.
Yep.
And the secret's out. I listen to everybody like 1.5 speed. Everybody knows that by now. Like, I get mocked every time. Ryan.
Oh God.
Ryan mocks me regularly that he listens to everyone at 1.5 to 2 speed. No, everybody sounds fine.
I must sound crazy then.
No, you're fine. No, everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. The only I can't listen to Ben Shapiro like a 1.5 speed, of course. Like there's a few people. My wife has someone that she listens to. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. You just hear it just runs together. People say it's Chipmunk. Well, Chipmunk changes the pitch, but with Shapiro, it's just words just run together. It's just you can't even make sense of things. My wife listens to someone else too in her circle, and it's like they talk too fast and can't be listened to at 1.5 to 2 speed. You can't figure them in. So we just generate too much content, guys. It's just, what do you do?
Yeah,
I try to keep up with everybody's stuff. I love it. And I'm constantly trying to play algorithm stuff, like hitting comments and stuff. So that's good. So, all right. So Matt, what are you suffering through right now? We all suffered through Andor. We all got through the She-Hulks. We all got through this year of just so much pain and misery. Not very many. I mean, many of us watched House of Dragon and we're like, okay, that was kind of a bright spot. It was, I think it's a little exaggerated because the bar got awfully low from other stuff. We need to do a stream just on that, my friend Joker, because I can definitely. Okay. I literally have notes. I literally have notes of my grievances. I'm going to have to get my Festivus poll to list my grievances. House of Dragon. Not that it's bad, just that it's not. It's not on the level of Game of Thrones season 1, 2, 3. It's like it's not even in that class. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
All right.
But where are you at, Matt? I'm not sure what else. You're piling on regularly with everything else that's coming out nearly daily of Marvel / DC.
Yeah, I've been
news,
trying to. The news has just been crazy with all the DC rumors and stuff. So which I love, right? Because I love speculation. I love talking about it. Joker voice, go ahead. Tell me, because I know you're a Joker.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to Joker, because Joker's going to know too much stuff. Cannoli, where are you at on all of this? Because you hated on Black Adam like I nobody's business. I literally from home goes, listen, I didn't think the film was good. It was okay, but no, Cannoli and Mrs. C crapped on it like a 0, like 1. Like
a lot of people who hated it.
What was it? Cambodian log? Is that what that thing was called? The Cambodian
Catalonia, something like that. It's in Spain, some region in Spain.
They went Catalonian log on it.
Log. Oh, I went Catalonian. Yeah, with those kinds of movies, not that I was expecting anything great. Some redeeming qualities would have been nice. Now, yes, there were some decent action scenes, but I think the first 10 minutes of the movie completely just dropped my expectations right away. The storytelling was all over the place. It's just this paint by numbers DC story, and I don't know. I have a thing with The Rock too. Like I'm hit and miss with him. I love his early stuff. Now I see him on the screen. I'm just like, oh god, not this guy again. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I just thought it was a complete mess of a movie. Now I know there's been other DC movies or just movies in general that are like that I'm like, I can kind of look past some things. But when you're when the actual mid-credit scene is the best part of the entire movie, and I mean by far the best part of the movie, and it's a 30-second Henry Cavill clip, I was looking at my phone constantly. I was like, oh my God, when is this ending? So if I went back and rewatched it, maybe I'd have a different take on it, but I don't want to do that to myself. So
where are you at with this whole rumor mill and stuff then? Like with this?
Well, we're actually going to talk about that on our show tomorrow, but I'll get into it a little bit. James Gunn, I think well, this was before I even got onto YouTube. I was not in love with his Suicide Squad movie. It wasn't bad, but to me, those rumors are crazy because it's like he just basically wants to just restart everything. I mean, we're talking about new Aquaman maybe, and the Henry Cavill just announced his comeback, and then he's talking about there's no the rumors are there's no Man of Steel sequel coming out now. And we don't even know if we want Henry Cavill back at all as Superman, which I do like him as Superman. I just think he's been done wrong for a long time, starting with Snyder and then just dragged through the mud. And so I think they're interesting rumors. I have no idea what's going to come out, how this is all going to play out. I think they do have to go back to the drawing board. If they have to get drastic with things, fine. I mean, they tried to compete with Marvel way too aggressively, and it just didn't go right. And they were just a mess with all these different versions of Joker and Batman, this and that. And it's like just a convoluted mess. And that's okay to have those different universes in your as your projects, but it's like just start over. Just if you want to start over, take 10 years, take 12 years to get it right, and then come out with this big Justice League movie in a decade. And people will be there if the movies are done right. They'll be there. We've proven that with Marvel before they started with all their ideology in their movies and all this new phase they're in. I think it's interesting. I can see Warner Brothers as desperate as they are financially where they're at. I could see them just starting over, and after all these IPs they have coming out, like Aquaman 2 and Flash and whatever they have, just saying, okay, let's just reboot. And I think people would be okay with it if the movies are done well and they have good ideas.
Okay, Joker, tell us what your thoughts are. Give us a short version of your thoughts. This is awfully close to home and close to brand. So,
so of what I have heard, and we just heard that Patty has. I'm sorry, Karen. Yes. Yeah, Karen Jenkins has walked off, which is really the only thing that she could do to save any reputation she has. Man of Steel 2, no. Wonder Woman 3, no. The only Matt Reeves Batman sequel up in the air. The only thing that is really a holdover that is outside of this, Joker, because again, for a $55 million film that grossed over $1 billion, you're gonna make a sequel. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen.
It's true.
As far as because Safran and Gunn are basically presenting their 10-year plan to Zaslav this week, which is basically their Bible. These are the rules that we're going to go by. This is what we want to start. And a lot of folks are getting really upset when they hear no Man of Steel 2, because there's a lot of Snyder fans out there still. And they are pissed because they think that if you're not going to do Man of Steel, then that automatically means that Henry is out. Well, James has never said that Henry is out. No one has said that Henry is out. What Zaslav has said is that his priority is DC films and a proper Superman. Those are the only two things that we know for sure.
Right. So first, let's say hey to Greedo and Speedo, which, by the way, if you're not checking out just insane type content and stuff like that, Greedo is on that list. Salacious Rum, another one. These guys, there's this. You just need a break from some of the stupidity in the world. These kind of folks that are just making you laugh and smile and such. So, but Matt, I think you're more with me, Matt, where you're like, listen, it's fun, but when you're losing $1 billion a month, nothing should surprise you. Like, if there was no name attached, Matt, and I said the writer of Wonder Woman 1984 is not going to get another movie, you'd be like, yeah,
thank
God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
I mean,
but because it's her, we made it become a story, and you're like, she rage quit because she can't write. You can direct, but you can't write, and you rage quit over it. All right, go back. Go back to Thor: Dark World. That's where you came from.
I mean, even her only real success is on the back of Charlize Theron, the monster. That's it.
Well, no, she did a Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones got her the job at Marvel on Thor: Dark World, and then they fought over it, which is what Kenneth Branagh basically has come clean about on the crap of the script, where the studio got too involved and messed it all up. And then that got her the Wonder Woman gig because she was a hot commodity, and of course Wonder Woman become a blockbuster. And then she said, well, I want to write the sequel because of her success. She got to, and it was dog crap.
Well, a lot of people are saying too now that Wonder Woman 1, it's a rumor. It's not, there's nothing confirmed, but Zack Snyder had way more directorial like inspiration and like in notes to how that movie went through, which is why it was as good. Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, he and Deborah were definitely it was more like the Kevin Feige element in that
he was like overseeing it. Yeah, because that was supposed to be his world, right?
Wasn't that like Nolan and Man of Steel though?
Yeah, Nolan started it with Man of Steel, and Zack Snyder kind of got the ball rolling. There was probably what you were talking about with Bible. There were probably some infrastructure stuff that was in place. The studio,
there was. Did Pop
the studio had announced like 15 films. Which piece? The Snyderverse stuff?
The whole Snyderverse, how that was supposed to end.
Batman sleeping with Lois and having a kid, and then,
oh god!
Wow.
But I have said I am not a Snyder person. I don't understand what the Snyder people see. Listen, I had issues with Man of Steel. I'm like, okay, why did he kill Zod? Why did we need to kill? Like, I'm still going back to the comic book guy.
Yeah, some great aspects that he did, but overall, like when I heard all that, I was like, what? Like, what do you no, I don't want to see that.
Why are you not finding a way to put him back in a Phantom Zone? Why is there not a way? There's just and then you get to each step of the way. But Snyder didn't care about any of this stuff either. Like, he just doesn't care, and it's like he's gotten such a pass because of the tragedy and the fact that the Justice League version is such a massive step up from what the theatrical mess was.
And people know how badly he got screwed over by the studios, so that makes him a man of the people, right?
Sympathy vote.
Yep.
Right.
So
and but I mean, Zach is just another example, a guy who can direct. I mean, he can make a good action scene. He's not a good writer.
Well, I don't think I'm. So here's my thing about Gunn, and Canola, you can tell me what you think. I think Gunn, though, he got enough of Marvel, and he has had some success with DC as well, that he can lay out some sort of framework. Now, it's absurd for people to think that's going to be comic book accurate.
No,
there's nothing. No, there's nothing. By the way, where is it? Yeah, that is Drax in comic books before they changed him, right? So let's just pretend. Right. Okay, don't care. It can be cohesive and fun. My concern, and Colonel, you can tell me where you think you come down on this too, because my biggest thing with James Gunn is he's got too much of the Marvel infection in that, you know how his stuff works well with the music, but the music is so overdone all the time.
100%.
It can't work every single time. We can't have it every single time.
No, I agree with you.
Oh, God help me.
That's the same thing. Not to interrupt. That's the same thing like Snyder and his slow motion stuff.
It's in everything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're okay. I have that fear too. The one thing about Marvel that I couldn't stand as it went on is, and I don't mind my movies having some lighthearted moments, some jokes here and there, but it just got to the point where every line
got silly.
Oh my god! Even with the Avengers Endgame, it's like Infinity War was to me was the better movie out of the two,
Absolutely.
and then Endgame just started
Absolutely.
becoming everything
By
was
far.
a joke, and then it just got worse and worse as Thor Ragnarok got here, and then so that's what does worry me a little bit. And like you were saying, the aspects with the music, I don't want so much Marvel in my DC universe. I don't mind having these moments where there's some levity and some jokes, but DC does have, I guess what, there are some of their movies have that reputation for the darker kind of, and you could mix the two if it's done well and you have the right people and the right writers, but him being there, that's a major concern for me. I don't want to feel like I'm watching a Guardians of the Galaxy movie when I'm watching a Batman movie. It just doesn't fit.
That's definitely the one that was
that's scary. Yeah,
I can see.
So my theory.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You can have your IC moment first. Go ahead.
No, Pops, go. Pops, it's your show, dude.
Okay. Well, Bobby's talking about a Plastic Man movie, which they're not going to do, by the way. There's no chance. By the way, this. So, by the way, on Plastic Man, this is my my fan theory on Plastic Man is they can't pull this together. They're broke enough to license it out. Ethan Van Sciver has enough money now; he can get the license and make the Plastic Man movie that he wants to make. Just so you guys know, that is one of his projects. I think that Man of Steel 2 and Wonder Woman and all this is being set aside is we have to have a conversation first about what we're doing, where we're going, and how much money we're making. Because it has to be we want to make good stuff, but we also have to keep the cash flow under control when you're bleeding cash the way these people are. And that's why I think the Joker movie, like you said, has to move forward. I mean, you had a $55 million investment. You don't need much more money than that. I mean, I'm assuming everybody wants a little bit more cash, but let's just assume it's 70 million or whatever. It'll make it $100 million easily. It'll make its profit. Many of us that have been saying it's like, well, then why don't we just start with like World's Finest? Why don't we just start? And I know the Batman Beyond premise has been ditched as well, but I think that again has to go back to the drawing board and who we're going to hire and who we're going to write and who's going to do these things. So it is a fascinating conversation and a fascinating time, but I don't know. I be honest, I didn't even I thought about doing it. I had notes to do videos, and it's like that everything has been so inundated. I'm like, well, there's no real room for me. So I'm glad we talked about it briefly. I can make it into a clip or something if I got so motivated. So that's good. That's good.
I think.
How do you? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry again. Dang it.
No, go ahead. You're fine. I was going to ask you, how do you feel the fans are because of the Marvel fatigue with the DC side too? Because I mean, most people don't even understand the difference. Like half, I mean, I think it's better now. Most people do understand at least more now because there have been so many characters that have at least been introduced. Right. But part of the problem that James Gunn has to figure out is like what quantity can we manage? Like, should we do 2 a year? I think 2 a year is probably going to be the formula magic number. If they're doing more than that, you're just getting greedy. It's not going to work. The market's too saturated.
No, definitely not. And you should really curtail back maybe 2 films a year and 1 series. That's it. That is it.
I'm okay with the series because you can do more grounded crime drama type driven stories on a lower budget.
The question.
But again, we could have done Gotham Knights if they were characters that we all like and know, not Harper Row and stuff no one's even heard of. Like, so it's just they have so much material. Canoli, are you a big comic book guy? I'm sorry, I don't know the context.
I have a very limited knowledge of comic books. Actually, with starting this show in the last 6 months, I've gotten a lot of people giving me insight on that world. But no, if there are characters that if you're talking about, I'd be like, I don't know who that is. But over time, I've got my co-host on Fridays a big comic book guy, and of course, talking to guys like Abomination, AJ, and all these other people, I've learned a lot more. But no, not like a massive comic book guy. But I learn a lot from your shows. That's why I watch those segments.
Well, I
appreciate
catch
up on a lot. Yes,
I appreciate that. Yes, yeah. So it's a what does my wife say? Just a vault of useless information.
Now, and I will say this: that one of the biggest knocks on the Snyderverse was it was very dark, and as far as the dark tone, all the colors were very demuted. One thing Gunn does bring is a different color palette. So
That's
you
true.
would get a more bright Superman costume, and I think you would get a much more chill Superman, which is really closer to the character of Superman. You're not going to get this. No one wants to see a brooding Superman.
So that part is correct. I'm not sure what you said about Batman that I agreed with. You might have to restate what you think Batman should be like, because I think
the Batman should be
okay.
That is the one exception. Whereas a Superman film, Superman is really chill. He's not always. I mean, he's not slapstick, but he doesn't brood.
Right. Yeah. I want to see Batman that can do exactly what I'm enjoying in my Batman animated series, where there is these moments where he is just the shadow. He doesn't walk awesome. Past police. He doesn't do whatever. He's
I hated that scene so much.
Oh my gosh. So here's my thing with that movie. Well, no, I don't want to talk about this. We have to move on to something else because my brain is overloaded.
That movie, painful.
Because I didn't hate it. It's just not good either. So what about a comic book movie or something like that is not related to these two? Do you think Spawn's going to happen? Crow?
I hope not. Any
of these you think will manifest? Matt, let's start with you this time. Anything you think?
I think, Hollywood is so, broken with ideas. They are going to redo everything that they can get their hands on if possible. If it fits and they know and they can somehow get the licensing to do it and get the okay, absolutely. I think they will, because what else are they going to do? They're running out of ideas for things. Yeah. And I don't think, comic book fatigue or the comic book movie fatigue thing. If they're good movies, if they're written well, I don't think you see fatigue. I think when you see the same nonstop corporate, there you go. If you see the same nonstop corporate cookie cutter movie over and over, and like we're seeing now with Marvel, and then the agendas on top of that, it gets just it's again right now. It's like I can't tell what movies it's all the same trash. So I absolutely think they will try to touch on those movies just because it's something different, it's something new, and they need there's no creativity. It's all dead. It's all gone. Anything that push creative is just their life. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm looking forward to part 2, but
Bobby says they already have seven Crow films. They don't have quite 7. I couldn't even make it through the second one. I tried to do a rewatch. So we did a talk hard on The Crow, and then I tried to watch the second one. It's like, well, I'll do a follow-up video on how bad it is, and I really just it's so bad I couldn't even finish. I was like, I just can't. It's just nothing is done right in this film. Forget about it's not Brandon Lee. Forget about the music. It's just such a horrible story and representation of this thing. So, Cannoli, what independent comic, small comic, what is that kind of stuff on your radar screen you think actually make manifest?
Oh God, I don't know. You kind of hear the big players right now. I think that's where they're leaning, just because that's where they think their money is. I know that they're making a Blue Beetle movie, right? Isn't that coming out next year? I think.
And
that's still DC. It's
DC.
Already
I'm trying to think here. I mean, I know we got Aquaman.
I think
in the works. That's gonna
happen. Spawn has writers and Jamie Foxx attached.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx was attached. I remember though when the one thing that turned me off from Spawn. I would love a good Spawn movie.
Yep.
God, because that's one comic I love. I was the original movie that came out. What was that in the 90s? Was kind of a
96.
Kind of a 96. Yeah. I know that the concept for that movie, there was a lot of controversy around it when it was announced that it might be happening, because they were going to make it very, very modern to today's political identity.
Dumb it down.
Yeah, very woke. Yeah, very dumb it down, and to make it very with the identity politics. I would love to see a great Spawn movie just based off the comic book material. Stick to the source material, because he's an awesome character. I love Spawn. So that's one I would definitely love to see on the screen, but do it right. And that's the problem these days, that we were saying. Just keep your identity politics out of these things. Stick to the source material. If you want to change some things, they're all going to do it anyway. Because it's hard to adapt one for one from a comic or a book movie, but just stick to it and don't leave your politics out of it, and it'll do well. So there you go. Spawn would be my one, because I want to see better than what we got in the 90s movie. I want to see a real interpretation of Spawn. He's a badass character, and there's a lot to do there. So just that would be awesome.
That's true. What about you, Joker? You got one you think will happen?
Well, if we're talking about Spawn, if you're not going to use the HBO animated series as your blueprint, don't bother.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Show.
That is the best Spawn that we see.
Bobby points out that some of the Rocketeer talk. If you didn't know, Rocketeer is owned by Disney, which he does at least included in his comment here. And the last I heard on Rocketeer, which I cannot give you an update without Googling, was a female gender swapped situation with that as well.
Shocking.
Okay. I have one. It's a film that based on a comic. It didn't do very well, but I enjoyed it. Solomon Kane.
Oh yeah, could do well. Yeah. There's some obscure things too that have been greenlit to some sort of pre-production thing. And by the way, I mean, we talked about Spawn, but for any of you who don't know, you can go to the Image website, and they offer most of their #1 issues for free. So if you just want some free comic books to read and scroll through, you want to just kind of like look for some things. So yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff there. You just get 1 issue for free. So Malibu Comics. Yeah. I don't even know who owns the rights to Valiant is another one. Like I know they did a Bloodshot comic book adaptation with Vin Diesel, things like that. Bobby Frank owns Sin City. He's out there now working in sort of an indie sphere, trying to emulate some of the stuff that people have been working on. So I would doubt very much he's going to play nice with people right now who want rights, anything he has his hands on. So don't expect that.
And what was it? Dame to Kill For was like a prequel follow-up, whatever, to the original film. The original film was so different that it was really like, it was like the lightning. It was like you caught the lightning in a bottle, and I don't think you're gonna catch it again.
Well, and Frank doesn't catch it again, to be perfectly honest with some of this stuff. I mean, I'm here because of him. Like literally the nerd stuff, the comic book stuff. I mean, Frank is in large part of the reason. It's his Daredevil, it's his Batman. This is the stuff that got me on the slippery slope. It's his Elektra. It's all that is part of the reason I got here. Sin City Part 1 versus all of the rest of the Sin City that he's done. It's massively less. Like, so it's not just the movie adaptation part. It's just the quality is literally just, so, and I don't, it's funny, we talk about adaptations. I usually have to ask for the qualifier. We need to exclude 300 and Sin City from the conversations because they literally are frame by frame adaptations in large sections. So if you've never seen the comic books, you're just going to be blown away at how accurately they adapted, shots. It's truly is mesmerizing. Which was
basically up until the very last was the Watchmen was almost a panel, was a panel for panel.
So kind of with Watchmen though, and you might have to, it would be fun to have, if you've never read Watchmen, read Watchmen and then Google like the sub stories, so it's easier to because I could spend hours trying to explain this sub. So the movie is one of the stories.
I'd pay to watch that,
but there's like another story kind of taking place within the story, and there's an animated thing on the disc. So if you get the discs, there's like an animated movie that comes with it. That's like the other one of the other stories. So, the Watchmen is almost like literature. Like it becomes like, this is how Alan Moore is. He is a complete he looks like a basket case because he is kind of a basket case. And when you get Watchmen, you just kind of keep getting mesmerized. I think the film was a fine compromise of changing the ending and making some of the things. And once you get your head around the multiple layers of storytelling, it is really, really pretty cool. And get a cheap graphic novel. Don't buy the originals or whatever. It's not, if you're going to read them and stuff anyway.
Noob reviews.
Yes. Well, again, it's your quality. Cannoli, do you get that reference? You know, so we're talking
I do
about?
Actually. Yeah. No, I do. That's why. I'm chuckling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not the best. I don't play nice with people who want to, maybe set money on fire with comic books. I'm like, because I had a friend who would do this. He would read all of these things. He was a true investor in like the 80s. And I was like, I don't understand. Why are you reading $100 comic book? I don't understand why you're even risking the fact that you would.
Was that the good guy with gloves?
He did. He wore gloves, but it was still like, I would be worried. I've dropped comic books and ruined them. Right. You just put a dent in it. And, I have, what if you were to sneeze or something? I'm like, it's $100 freaking comic book in the 80s. It's like, are you out of your mind? Like, well, now, fortunately, with the internet, you can get graphic novels of reprints of everything and stuff like that. So cheap. So you just don't do that kind of thing.
I did hear they were going to be doing the Invincible series, like the Invincible comic. They were thinking about going live action with that. Now that the show's done so well, it's been talked about. So I don't know who would play who, but it's early development apparently because of how successful the show was. Which I've never read the comic. The show was pretty good, I thought. I mean, I know they did some stuff that they like race swapped the girlfriend and whatnot, but that's nothing crazy to complain about. But
yeah, I like the show. I didn't care for the end of it. I mean, I don't know how comic accurate it is. It's not a comic book that I have. I don't know. Are you guys still down with like the Dark Superman story, like over and over and over again? I'm kind of like sick of like the evil Superman.
It's a little played out.
Kind of like
Evil Superman.
I think what time did that come out? How long ago was that comic? 2005.
I think you're right.
Well, I don't know. I think Walking Dead was 2005 because it's Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman, I think, is the one who created it.
Correct.
And I know he was working on. I think he was working on both of them at the same time because Walking Dead. Is that even still going? The comic? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
No, it just ended. So yeah, the comic started in Invincible comics started in 2003. Yeah,
2003.
Okay. I was gonna say
yeah.
So Pops,
to me, they didn't really define at the end of Invincible like what the rules are and how they can actually die. I just like you got to give me something to go on. So go ahead, Joker. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna ask you this because I wanted your thoughts because I got asked this earlier today. What do you think if you were in charge of DC films? How would you do the Green Lantern?
Oh, I ticked off Mexican Iron Man and probably 24/7 as well because I would use Jon Stewart.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I would use Jon Stewart. So
I said because
the Flash movie, the Flashpoint movie would be my gateway to make most of these changes. There's no point of doing this Flashpoint movie if we're not actually going to have a plan on what to do with it. But part of what I would do is I'd make reference that there was this Ryan Reynolds Hal Jordan movie that exists, but then off planet somewhere he probably exists because right now our new Green Lantern is going to be Jon Stewart,
and that's
it's not a race swapping thing. He's just an equal.
Yeah.
To Hal Jordan is there, we can bring him back. We can do it right at some point. But that's what I would do is I would use Jon Stewart.
And that's kind of what I said based on the fact that most of this generations their Lantern is Jon Stewart from the cartoons.
Yeah, Mags and I did an entire segment one time on a Pops Talk, and she totally agreed with me that Justice League cartoon and stuff like that totally established Jon Stewart as an equal, or if not superior, those kinds of things. I think it's a fine jumping off point and compromise. I just think they're all fine. They're just fine. I think there's a massive fall off to popularity with Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner. We don't need to deal with those right now.
And definitely not. And definitely not Simon Baz or Jessica Cruz.
No, we don't even need to acknowledge that those two exist right now. But again, most things that Gunn may be faced with, and with most of the things that are happening in these movies, is because they don't want to pay people's rights. They don't want to pay licensing fees. They don't want to pay royalties. That's the royalties is the word I meant. So they're going to try to screw everybody. So part of the problem that we're getting some of this junk, especially from the Marvel side, is because they don't want to pay anybody money. They're just being cheap. And Disney's going to be worse than anyone else. So they're going to continue to fail because of that reason.
It's true.
which is why they skipped 40 years of storytelling to go to the all new, all different Marvel.
Matt, I think you asked me like the timeline of some of these changes, like trying to follow like the Wolverine comics and how it transitioned through, like kind of go through. It made my brain hurt with how far they would go. Then they would change directions. They would go a little further and change directions. And like, because Jace Fox over at 540 is talking about Daken, which is Wolverine's son, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even have it in me to try to translate this. Because it's just, and then when you read some of it, you're like, it's just such crap. That's why it didn't take. That's why it didn't work, because it's just garbage. Yeah. And it just, let's start again. Let's change something again. And actually, I'm getting ready to do a video on Amazing Spider-Man. And I'm going to be like, well, this is evidence that they really don't want you to like Spider-Man. Like, it's just like, it's just such crap that they put out on screen. I'm sorry. Well, it's supposed to be Peter Parker Spider-Man, but it's done so badly, you're not going to want to keep reading it. So anyway, I promised that I would do a pack break. We already went over an hour and 15, so we should at least do one, I think, right?
Do it.
We should probably do a Tron.
Speaking of,
look,
Pops.
You have yours. Yeah, you have yours. Yeah. Well, I'll open mine. I would never put pressure on you to do that, but I will open mine. In honor of the 40th anniversary of Tron, which is a film that I loved because I'm nerdy enough to have seen it in the theater and old enough to have seen it in the theater. So yeah, these are 1980.
Likewise.
2 original wax packs. There they are. So yeah, there's no gum. So those of you Padawan beef, he's still out there. He's still the goat for chewing the gum, not me. I haven't done it, so we will definitely go into that. So there it is. Since it's first time in 40 years. No, it still smells like 40 years. Yeah, not much to say. But yeah, there they are. So you have this sticker is always on the one side. It's why it's white like that. So it's your first card. Puzzles. That's why they look like that. They're all puzzles. So first one, it's a grid photo. The color and effort on these cards were really, really pretty cool. So I can make it bigger. Let me see if I can make it bigger here. I gotta multitask and do that. If it'll catch up to us, and it gets. Padawan, he's like, I was gonna ask. I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. It's fine. I got you. There you go. All right, so we'll make it bigger. Yeah. So the colors and stuff they tried to do is, but see how off center it is. Notice the bottom, how there's no like border there. There's, you look over there, it's like there's no black compared to the top. Yeah, it's just, they didn't have the tech that we have now. But they try. Look how cool the design is on these. Very, very cool. Like they mix in different colors. There's reds and yellows and a nice cool Tron tank. This is on the grid with a nice battle there. Oh yeah, there we go. We have a nice character card. We'll get some action going on.
That's pretty cool.
I have not watched Tron in years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, what was it? Because I was telling Pops the other night. I'm like, I just had I had Disney Plus on at work because I had just watched the 3rd episode of Will. Oh dear God, that will the show end? And
I got a generic sticker. I just got a generic grid sticker with the light cycle stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I found a gem, the Black Hole.
Yeah, you showed me you were watching Black Hole, and I kind of laughed a little bit. Nice. I'm like, oh man, there's some serious ODs in Black Hole, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, but you look at it and it's like, that's a good cast. That's like an actual. Yeah.
So I got a quick question. I know you guys mentioned it earlier. You said Joker 2, you guys think is gonna make a massive amount of money.
I said because of the massive amount of money the first one made, of course it's going to get a sequel. I'm a little worried. The second one's a musical, and I'm like,
that's what I was going to bring up. Like the fact that I heard it's a musical. Number one, that kind of worries me, and then 2, who's the actress or the singer that's in it?
Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
Yeah, so she's supposed to be
Harley Quinn.
turning into Harley Quinn, and it's my understanding, the way I've heard it, it's kind of going to be her movie with the Joker in it. Like it's going to be her
origin
evolving into and that's
so kind of almost like the Harley aspect of Mad Love.
Yes, but from her perspective in a musical, which I mean, we're all laughing at the next Marvel movie or Miss Marvel movie or whatever is supposed to be a musical. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, the Marvels.
Yeah. So
and
it's
I heard it is terrible.
Oh, what I mean, but from the Joker's aspect, like I guess we don't want the same exact movie over and over again, right? But to go that far to the other spectrum, I'm not a big fan of musicals anyway.
Well, yeah.
Right. I'm totally shocked by that news. I don't know. I thought there was like a whole. There's not a whole playlist of musical reviews on your.
No,
Unsubscribe
not
unsubscribe.
I'm shocked.
I think if anybody was going to
How many musical reviews do the four of us have together? How many musicals have you reviewed?
Zero.
Well,
you count RRR as a musical?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
no, RRR is not counted. I'm not counting.
Okay. Yeah, so there you
Indian
go.
Films.
There you go.
No, I don't count those musical. There has to be a percentage of the music, like you know what I mean? Because like the kids came out with all of their love of Disney movies, and I like musicals because I'm like, no, those do not count. We're not counting Disney movie musicals. No. Greatest Showman counts. I like that one. You know, it's like 5.
Les Mis counts. I mean,
Phantom of the Opera, those kinds of movies.
Yeah.
I like Phantom of the Opera.
I think that Lady Gaga, I mean, she can kind of act. I mean, she's got the accent for Harley, so I could see her. I mean, look wise, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see it. This was also greenlit under Sarnoff and Emmerich, so I don't know. But
I will say I think it's going to depend. Canoli, you and Mississippi will be a good test audience for this too, because there'll be a trailer, and the trailer will be your initial response, like the emotional response to the trailer, and then you'll hear it's a musical, right? And then you can decide is it going to be the kind of boom in the opening weekend it should be or not. That's it. That's what it's going to come down to. That moment, like how can they market it so
if they sell it right, then people
because the original film, I hated I hate the makeup, and I still do. I hate the makeup that they did on the Joaquin
Joker. Yeah,
absolutely can't stand it. And
I enjoy the schizophrenia of Joker's character, so I'm a lot more flexible with them having different dynamics and elements with all of that.
It's that painted red nose that it threw me off, and I absolutely hated that.
Yeah. I hated the film the way it ended because we didn't have like another credit scene or something. We didn't have something else to give me what is it tying to, giving me something. Like I felt like you were just playing like a cheesy Hollywood trick because you basically used Joker to tell Taxi Driver and King of Comedy all over again in like an amalgam. But then you had this one scene that kind of actually makes it like fit in the DC universe, and then you just don't do anything else. And I'm supposed to be excited, and I kind of wasn't. I'm like, kind of am, but not. I don't know. I don't know, Matt. I thought you were into musicals. I'm just hashtag musical Matt.
I just think as successful as that movie was, and people are going to go in with that expectation of a similar movie, and then they go and sit down and see a musical, because that's a niche, right? That's not an everyday
niche, right?
So you have to knock that out of the park. And if they're all about money and making money, I don't know. I'm worried about it. And then I thought too, there was also a lot of speculation with how the first movie ended, where was it in his head? Did he do all this stuff? Was he just talking about it? Who knows? There was the bloody footprints. Was that real? We kind of, so I think it was a perfect ending. I don't really think it needed a sequel because I thought it was good on its own accord.
It really didn't.
So now they have all this weight on their shoulders and this expectation. And I don't know. And you know how it is in movies today. It's word of mouth. People are not going to movies if they hear it's bad. Like you got to hear good reviews from people, not Rotten Tomatoes. Your favorite people online or friends or whatever. Yeah, right. Like us, like talking about it, or you're just your neighbor. Like, oh man, did you see that movie? Like, so. If you start hearing it's junk,
I hate on nearly everything, so I'm not the right person to listen to.
Me too.
I'm told that I'm just an old guy that hates everything.
And I don't, Pops. Come on now.
Let the hate.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're hating on me like crazy. It's all I get. My DMs are rough. My mentions are rough. I'm like, oh, we all come at me where all my followers and subscribers are. You bunch of cowards. That's what I get, basically. It's okay. That's what I'm used to. But I'm still shocked.
Do we know what we know what the budget is for Joker 2?
It's not going to be much. It's good.
It's probably makes its money back. Way over this money.
I would say
in the first weekend probably.
I would say with a musical, just because of the scope of like musical numbers for like sets and extras, I would maybe bump it up to like maybe 75 mil, maybe 80 mil.
Yeah. So it definitely probably makes that breaks even in the first weekend, maybe just off the popularity of the first one. And if, like Pop was saying, if they sell it right in a trailer, then people will go see it.
So they're saying, I'm sorry. They're saying right now.
Did you guys see the first photo from it yesterday?
I did when he was laying back and getting shaved or something weird.
Shave, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. No,
I saw that.
But apparently it says from August 11th that it said that the budget could be 3 times higher.
Three times higher. So that's like 165.
Yeah. That's if they use it, or if that's accurate. This is from August 11, 2022, saying that according to Variety, the upcoming sequel could be 3 times the original film's budget.
Okay, so if you're looking at $165 million, you're going to spend about 80 to 100 mil on
100 million
on marketing. So you're looking at about 250 to 265 total price tag.
That's way too much money.
Yeah, so for that kind of a movie, yeah.
So you're looking at about 600 million gross to break even.
For a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess when is it supposed to come out? 2023? 2024.
Next year. No, it's listed as a 24 release at the moment.
Okay.
Panawanabe says, I just know this will hold nothing on Little Shop of Horrors. It could be a bad Rock of Ages starring Harley and the Joker. And follows it up with, but doesn't the Joker still need some accident to make his skin white? He's not going to wear makeup now that with this new Joker, is he? I don't know.
This Joker here does not. It's not tied to any DC canon. So
it doesn't make any sense, though.
It's completely outside the.
And that's what
DCEU universe.
That's what throws it all off, right? Because they're all wanting to be cohesive. My understanding is they're happy with Matt Reeves' Batman. They potentially want to move forward with that Batman. And now you're going to be releasing a Joker movie, so everyone's going to automatically assume that that's the Joker tied to Matt Reeves' Batman. And that's the whole point of why these rumors came out, because they're like, well, we need to do a reset and escape the past and start over.
So yeah, these are all, and this is why the only thing that is concrete going forward is Joker 2. Because of this, and because a Matt Reeves sequel is in the air. Man of Steel 2 not going to happen, and this is what Gunn and Safran are having to juggle. And this is, and they've got, and from what I've heard, from what I've been hearing, is Gunn and Safran have really taken a deep dive as to what has worked, what has not worked. They have gone into the YouTubes and have now listened to folks like us talking. They've gone into social media, and they're taking in fan they're taking in fan notes, I guess, And James Gunn said, we're gonna not. Some people are gonna love the stuff we do. Some people are not gonna like some stuff that we do. But our job is to make the best product for the biggest audience.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Right. Padawannabe says, "Is an Oscar attempt for a comic book storyline?" Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. It makes sense. I mean, I can see that. But so, all right. So let's ask. So we all need to know. I mean, he may not like musicals. Matt, what is our ETA on getting RRR done in time before the end of the year? We can't possibly be done. He's the only one among us that has not watched this movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
What?
I know. It's on my list.
I pretty much. I'm just going to start trolling through his chats and stuff like that. It's like probably watches RRR unsub until he sees RRR.
You have 20 days, sir.
I know. I have. God, I've been wanting to do Tulsa King. Haven't done that at all.
Just wait. It's okay. It'll be good. It's good, but it's 9 episodes. You won't want to go that long. You gotta watch RRR first.
I need to do Orville season 1 because I just finished that.
That's just a video. That's just a video.
I know. Well, I'm just trying to stay on top of news and that, but no, RRR, because that's how long is that movie? Is that like a 3 hour?
3 hours.
It goes by very quick though.
So like the Avatar, right? The new Avatar movie.
It's significantly shorter than Avatar, I'm certain.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, the new Avatar movie is supposed to be like 3.5 hours or something crazy.
I don't know. I have no desire to sit through that.
No desire at all.
Zero.
But Padawannabe,
what Padawannabe, what is going on?
What is RRR?
There you go. I'm not the only one.
Roar, rise, revolt. So go to Netflix and put in RRR and watch the most digestible Indian cinema film for Americans you may ever imagine. This is insanely digestible for our audience. Now, I am not saying it's the best Indian cinema film. I think Sardar Udham is probably the best one I've seen as far as a traditional critic analysis Oscar worthy kind of film, and it got snubbed by all the people too because it was too anti-British and it was also very, very violent. It's got a Saving Private Ryan Hacksaw Ridge ending, and it is shocking, freaking great. Bye. Anyway, so yes, Padawannabe, as you pointed out, it's one of the first Jennifer Lawrence films that she also co-starred in and possibly co-wrote.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's great. So anyway, it is it's a gateway drug to the Indian cinema.
It does help.
It never stops. It's never gonna stop. This is wonderful.
No.
It shouldn't. She should be mocked into oblivion.
Oblivion, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I have to have things to entertain ourselves, and that's my thing with Matt. It's like, so
yeah. It's on
I'm
my
still
list
coordinating
for
with Zach because when we were going to talk about cards and stuff too, we didn't really get to much. Did you bring any of your cards or anything, man? You got anything close by we can show off? Or
I have some. I don't know if I
can.
I should be able to show off with these here.
Cannoli, you're closer to my age. What did you collect or get into when you were young, or were you not?
No, I did have some collection. I was a baseball fanatic fan, so I had a lot of. So that led into other sports stuff. But I somewhere in my parents' house, I still have an awesome collection of baseball cards somewhere, but nobody's been able to find it. But I know it's there somewhere.
Too, right?
So a lot of that.
What team are you into, Cannoli?
I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, boo!
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's all right.
Hey, Yankee fan.
That's me. I grew up a Yankee fan. My brother's a diehard Mets fan. I'm like,
yeah, my brother's a Yankee fan too. So
yeah,
a lot of fights in the house.
Yes, the Subway Series back in the day. That was an event.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm just saying, it is good to be Aaron Judge. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be a lot of ball players right now.
Yeah,
these contracts that they're getting,
and let's just say, and let's just be honest, the Major League salary cap is the biggest joke in all of sports.
There is no salary cap. Yeah.
Well,
there's a tax, the luxury tax,
right?
But it doesn't.
Right. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Because back in our day, I mean, when I was going to comic shops and stuff, they had sports cards too. So it was all one big giant addiction.
Big conglomeration.
It was just feeding all one big thing. That's why there's no real separation for me. I've been scaling back, but the sports card stuff's really hard to move because there's just such a quantity of it. And when you're not the flavor of the month, everyone forgets that you exist. Like the best way to collect vintage players is just, wait till they're not being talked about. and you can get them dirt cheap by somebody somewhere. It's crazy how cheap stuff will go. Yeah. But yeah, Matt's into like comic book cards as well, which is not many folks.
I have so many, it's unreal. So this is some of the DC stuff that I have that I found that I didn't even remember having these. I don't know if you could see that. It's the Master Class series or Master Classics. The artwork is just incredible on it. I think it's like 90. Yeah,
turn it over. Let me see the back of the card.
Batman
Master Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are Batman Masters.
Wow.
Yeah, I have some of those in the other room. Yeah.
Yep.
There are signature variations of those. So it looks like a fake signature on the front.
Yes. I think I have one or two like that. Because like I said, these are all scattered. There's a good Batman versus Joker one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
There are Spectrum cards of those that are beautiful. Man, those Spectrum inserts are gorgeous.
Here's what was this? The Ultra Flare. Yeah, 94 X-Men Ultra Flare.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's an insert card. Yeah, that's one of the puzzle pieces ones. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's number 5 of 9. This one's a little beat up, but yeah, I wish
they're hard to find. Hard to find to keep nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Marvel versus DC. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a couple of those. I have a bunch. I've shown you in that like the sleeves.
Yep.
That I have to unsleeve them, and I love this Master Class. I know I'm jumping around from Batman to.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh wow,
that's a good one. Yeah.
But that's so cool. It's just the Dark Angel.
Oh wow.
I left the house so abruptly, Matt. You're gonna be mad when I tell you this. I have 2. I just got them. Unopened 1994 Marvel Flare packs.
Do you really?
Wow. Just got them. They just showed up to bust open at some point. My wife's like, when did you buy these cards? I'm like, they were that cheap. Just so you know.
Wow.
So I can't wait. Can't wait to
they're in the Reign of Superman.
Oh yeah. There's a nice
wow.
Yeah.
The mullet.
Yep.
And
I always liked. I've gotten into that more. I just found this at like a peddler's mall to read. I heard it was pretty good.
Death Life, the Stern, it's not bad. Yeah. Whitechapel just shared his set with me. He took a bunch of pictures. It's like 15 pictures and whatever. It's beautiful. So yeah, it's I can't wait to try to help him finish some sets.
Is that from the film the New York Post, right?
Over his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a newspaper replica. It's a replica of the newspaper. Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Really super detailed. I love Ghostbusters is my favorite IP of all time. But yeah, it's so cool. It's you could read the story. It's got like all the little like commercials and stuff on there from like the Sedgwick Hotel and all that. So it's pretty neat.
Awesome.
Mike really says cool. The amounts and years currently attached to Mega Baseball is ridiculous. Yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
Here's another like the Reign of Superman, the cyborg Superman, just murdering people,
killing everybody. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. So folks, what they did was they reprinted different panels from the comic book series, and the series overlapped between all 4 of the Superman titles that went on for months. So it was kind of cool. Followed the death of Superman into Reign of Superman.
Yep. And then the return.
There he is, black suit. Hello,
black
lady.
Suit. Sorry, it's not the best.
I know it's weird how I try to get the webcam thing to play nice.
Yeah, I never actually got to finish like the whole read through of how that all ended and where the other Supermen went because they were just like basically fake Supermen. No.
Oh, sounds like a video idea for sure.
I know. So here's a Blue Beetle versus Spider Woman.
Oh, Marvel. DC Marvel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love the DC Marvel stuff. Would be, I mean, ideally, how cool would that be? That's a movie in itself, right? But that would never happen ever.
True story.
Nelson Studios here. Hey, Weather. How they doing there? Yeah, I just added a few more of my Marvel DC stuff to my eBay store.
Silver Surfer, Green Lantern.
It's got good art on that one. Turn that one over for me. Is that Mark Sasso?
Nope,
it's Nelson. Yeah.
Silver
So
Surfer.
yeah, I got a bunch here, Pops. Like I said, we got to do a stream just showing off stuff because I have freaking so many.
Well, let's check in with Cannolisasquatch. What's in his studio?
Yes. Oh, I got a nice little background. Yeah, this is the missus does this background for there's a theme. So of course, obviously, right now it's Christmas.
Is this a prop Sasquatch to your right? I want to know what directly. To your right.
it's my little Sasquatch Junior doll. I wanted a life size one. I'm looking for one of the Harry and the Hendersons one. Like a cutout. But my wife's like, "Oh, let's get you a cute baby, like a little." It's like, "Oh, okay." It's not creepy or anything.
No, a grown man hanging out with his Sasquatch doll that has red antlers. I think it's perfectly on brand. Perfectly on brand.
Yeah, it's about right for my personality. I like it. It fits. Yeah.
So is that a cow painting on the wall?
She's into this like farmer kind of. I forgot there's a name of the decor. She's got a cow here, and then everything else in the background is just
Christmas
a little
for now. I got you.
Yeah, Christmassy with the. That's what she does, but she did a good job. She wanted to make. She likes to set up it's like a set for her, so she likes to decorate, and so yeah, she did a good job with that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nelson says he saw the Santa Claus's review. Hey, listen, I'm on brand. I watched it, so you didn't have to, man. I got one more.
Yeah, thank God for you.
It is brutal. It is brutal. Episode 5 broke me. It broke me. So yeah. Whitechapel says there's great art in the DC Marvel. Yeah, there really is. There's a lot of this 90s comic book art. If you get anything from 93 to 96, it's a sweet spot, man. Really is. The early Marvel sets like 90, 91, 92 are like okay. 92 Marvel masterpieces all done by Joe Jusko. So they're okay. They're good. Yeah. But once you hit 93 and you get into all the various different sets, and then 94, man. 94 Flair. Those embossed set cards are really super thick. Yeah. They're ripped right out of the comic books. All the best images and stuff. Ooh, they're so good. Those Venom cards are. Ooh my god.
Oh my, yeah. Those are so. Those are like
about
my
4 Venom cards in that 94 flat. I may need to do a video just on the 4 or 5 Venom cards in that set because it is. It is insane.
They feel textured at least. Like I know a couple of them did. They're weird.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
So awesome. The artwork is insane.
Yeah. So. Oh, that's good. That's good. So let me see what my notes were. If I had any other stuff I wanted to definitely talk about for sure. I had one other pack because I had so many of these, and I thought in honor of Joker, I would open another one of these because he just watched this movie. Whoa! What is with the Joker plushie?
Look how cute that
Have you shown that off before?
It's adorable.
This has gum.
Oh boy. You know what that means?
Black hole.
Black hole.
Oh boy.
If I eat that gum, I might be headed for the black hole. Holy cow.
I was gonna say I saw what happened last time.
Yeah, this is something this is something that a friend made for me.
Oh, it's
nice.
Like knitted.
Pretty neat.
I see the resemblance.
Crochet.
Oh, interesting.
He's fun.
That's very, very creative that you can crochet a doll. Oh, jeez. It's kind of on brand that he would do that. He's got his crowbar to scratch his
and
back.
His back scratcher, yeah.
It's good. And then I got this other thing where I was cast in a independent animated project that started off as a card game it's inspired by Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon stuff. They just launched their video game, and they've got a pilot which is being animated as we speak. And they sent me the plushie of my character.
Oh god!
Oh
wow,
that's pretty cool.
That is
really cool.
I like that.
What is your character's? Are you allowed to say what the character's name is?
Oh yeah, Gengert. This is a project called DC.
Holding back up again. I have everything takes slower.
That's
hilarious.
That's really cool.
He is
design.
epic cool. I like him.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep. And
I like that a lot.
The project is called D Spirits. Let me pull that up for you, and I'll throw the link into private chat real quick.
Okay. Well, you might want to just share it on your end, because I mean my end is really slow. So Nelson Studio is talking about the Santa Claus is talking about the Scott Calvin kids are supposed to basically be heirs, and it's going to ruin the point of Santa Claus retiring. Yeah, everything is about ruining that IP. Is the show. Maybe they meant to, maybe they didn't, but that is going to be the end result. And Padawannabe is trying to get me to chew this gum. And that's just totally unfair because he knows how much I love A Christmas Story. That is totally wrong on every single level. That's just, it's totally wrong.
And then there's a link in the chat.
Dares.
So that's Gangert, and Gangert talk like this. Speaks in third person. Gangert the greatest. Gangert's the strongest. Gangert the best.
That's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
I am not getting the link. I'm sorry, man. You might have to share it on your side. Like I said, everything is slow for me because we were all four here, and my little StreamYard thing has not been playing nice with me lately. I've had all sorts of computer issues and things like that. So,
all right. There's a link in the there's a link in the private chat now.
Okay, I see it now.
Oh, nice,
perfect.
Yes, you can check that. That out, yeah, and the game got fully when they announced the cards. It got fully funded in like 3 weeks. The video game just got fully funded. There's a manga out. There's other merch out.
Oh wow!
So we're just waiting to get. So when they actually come to the actual project going to animation and being shopped out, then we'll be talking contracts, and Pops, I'll send the copy of the contract to you, so make sure I know make sure I know what I'm signing.
You don't want to send it to me, man. You might want to send it to Valiant Renegade.
Oh, yeah.
You don't send that crap to me, man. Oh my god, that guy's a mess. Find the fine print and get your magnifying glasses out and start reading, because that's usually where the fun is. So yeah, no, it's freaking great, man. Look at that art. That's awesome, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's the guy's name is Sterling.
There he is.
And he's based out of
Mooncap.
He's based out of Atlanta. And since you're talking cards,
I'll put the link there, guys. You guys can go check that out. There's a little video to watch as well.
Check it out.
I'm also a trading card too.
Oh, look at you.
Oh yeah. That's such a cool design. It really is.
Yeah, it is a good design. They did well on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the colors too were really good.
Mm-hmm. Gangert.
Yeah. Go check out D Spirits online.
The name fits well too.
Make sure to get Gangert merch. Don't get anything else.
Gangert.
And then I got this thing awesome. The other day. Some crazy guy sent me this.
Ooh. Yeah. He's old and senile. He sees things and look like they belong to certain people, so they just hop in the mail, and that's where they land. So it's what it is. So, all right, well, let's open this then. I am not promising the gum. I don't know. I do have a soda I could chase it with, so I guess if it's that bad, so we'll see.
Good luck, Pops.
We'll see.
Yeah, have fun.
We love you, Pops.
It's nice knowing me, right?
I like that film.
It was fun streaming with you finally.
It was all downhill.
All downhill from there.
Oh, it's stuck on the card. Oh, 40-something years. Ooh, it's really on there too. Oh, it came off. There we go.
Okay.
We got the gum free. So here's our cards. I can probably put these on eBay because these are actual star. The cast of this is actually pretty solid.
Wow.
Wow.
These are really nice. Holy cow!
Yeah.
I haven't seen these in so long. I kind of forgot how good they are. Look at that.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some good artwork. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did some good capture on this.
Oh wow, that looks
These are
really
these were very dynamic shot choices.
Yes. Oh, wow. Inset. Yes.
Frozen Wasteland. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I got a great sticker. Look at that sticker. Oh yeah.
Oh, Maximilian.
wow.
That's beautiful.
That came out well.
It's got the nice full
the
layout
centuries.
of the puzzle. Yeah. So this is like the first one that's like a weaker design.
Okay, yeah.
And Bob.
Oh, Bob. Yeah.
This is kind of weak, but I also love the colors. They didn't shy away from
Right.
using reds and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, Max.
And Reinhardt, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I don't know how many of it, which I'm sure we all do. Whenever Gary Ambrosia is on Doomcock, he has a Sentry head behind him in his shelves. Come on, Pops, do it. Do it.
Yeah, he's thinking. He's like, oh my god.
Oh, the break.
Look at that, just broken. It's like eating a brick.
A wafer.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Wow.
Wow, that thing snapped hard.
It's a lot of years
Yeah, it
of
does.
snap.
Look at that.
Oh,
I think I just used that for my wall plaster to replace a hole the other day.
But see, the thing is if Loki's off camera, so he won't do it. So it's like if I do it, then at least. So if I think too much about it, all my brain does is talk me out of doing it.
Get that soda ready.
Right?
I do. I have it ready.
Get it
I have
ready.
I would do a piece. Oh, he just.
He just put the whole thing.
Oh no!
Wow, he went all in.
Someone's got to
that's what
flip
she said.
this.
Yeah, this is definitely a short. He's making it through, so I'm proud. Look,
he's powering through.
Is it
Kids.
sawdust yet?
A lot of chunks.
His face is only changing color slightly. The Dr. Pepper is going to help him, though. See?
Oh boy, that's rough. Doesn't really taste like much.
I
would say after
all
40
those
years, the taste is
Yeah.
No, probably not.
There's no flavor anymore.
No, it
It's
doesn't
all
taste
over
like
the
bubble
board.
gum. It doesn't really taste like much of anything. I'm trying to think of what I can compare it to, but I really don't know.
Lucky Strike gum. It's gone in
No,
like 10 seconds.
no, it's
Lucky Strike gum.
Asbestos.
no. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. This will be the final stream, and
Nice knowing you, Pop. You did good for yourself.
You did well, bud.
it was a good run.
You did
It was a good run.
Yeah.
Tastes like a ceiling
If
tile.
videos just stop happening, or if they start publishing without all of the information in them, then we made it to the future draft dates, and Pops is gone. That's it.
We don't know what happened. It was the gum.
Talk hard just doesn't happen, and we don't know what happened.
It just
After
goes
that.
away.
We blame the black hole gum.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's still like a residual effect.
Lingers. Waited
Wow.
40 years to get chewed up, so it's got to hang out for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to linger on.
Yeah. I don't remember Black Hole. What year? What year is Black Hole?
I think it was
You
like
just watched it.
I think it was like 79.
70. Yeah, it was really late 70s.
It's the year before. Yeah, 79. Right on. So yeah, that's even older than they chewed. Look at that. Even up one. Old
79.
gum flavored sugar disintegrates. Yeah, mine did not disintegrate. I had to get it into small enough stuff to even swallow back. Yeah, it's it definitely has like a residual. It may be because of the soda as well. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
yeah.
but now you mentioned
It's off the bucket list. I can say
There you
that.
go.
Ooh.
But now
We made it.
Now you mentioned the year 1979 because Alien came out the same year, and the
Correct.
look and the production value from Alien and Black Hole, those look like
Two completely different
era films.
Well, one had Jennifer Lawrence in it.
Yeah,
The other
but
one-
I mean,
Right,
Disney.
right.
Jennifer Lawrence was an alien. She wrote Alien. Yeah.
Right.
starred, directed.
And
Well,
starred
She
in
did
it.
everything. She was the first. Yeah.
Actually, she told, she drew the first Alien concept, and Geiger copied her.
Nice.
We can either confirm or deny these rumors, but yeah, that seems to be the plan.
Yes,
that's what I hear.
But yeah, no, I think that Disney was just a very juvenile brand, catering to kids and things like that. So for Black Hole, and like thinking you were watching it, I said it's a funny movie because it doesn't date well, right? It doesn't hold up well in a lot of places. But you have such a massive effort credit. There's so much effort put into this this film, and set design and costumes and a top-notch cast. Awesome.
And ship design. I mean the Cygnus is beautiful.
It was supposed to be chewing gum at some point. Yeah. Padawan still to me about the gum moment. So, but you made it an hour, almost 2 hours in, and you got to see that I did actually chew the gum. So I will have to make that a clip so the word gets out because I don't want that to come back. They don't believe me.
Well, because we all know. Because we all know that it's going to confirm that the Mexican Iron Man jumps out of the windows. It's been memed as fact.
So the rumor has been said.
Yeah.
It is. It's out there now. It's got legs. So Padawan was very little when Black Hole came out, and we're thinking it isn't a cartoon. Yeah. No, thank you. I don't remember seeing Black Hole in the theater either. Alien, I've been on the record. I did not see it until middle school.
Right.
So I saw it in middle school on like regular TV by then. That's the first time I saw it. So I was a couple years later. But I don't remember. I actually have no memory of when I saw Black Hole.
No.
So, but we chewed a lot of ground, guys. It's been a lot of fun just to do just a spontaneous jump on. Let's just do something kind of moment. Have a chance. I'll be in town, so I'll be cranking out some content hopefully, and
awesome.
The computer's running so far. The power supply and everything's working. Last week I didn't shut it off. Last week I didn't even shut it off. I got it working. It turned it upside on its side open, and I got the plug in, so the battery was charging, and then I lifted it up slowly and laid it down and never turned it off. It just went into sleep mode when I wasn't using it, so it worked all week last week.
Nice.
Only early in the week that I used the backup plan. So I've done a few videos today. I did review Red Hulk. I don't know if I told you guys or you guys were here for that. Yeah, I did my review, so that'll post this week.
Nice.
They talked about Red Hulk. That'll be part of the giveaway later this month. I'm going to do a member stream on the 21st of December, and during that we'll do some of the giveaways, even for people who can participate. Like someone here, if you're in the chat or you leave a comment, you can win the $20.99 card. We'll give that away. But you may have to find out after the fact because we'll make the announcement on that stream. So we'll have a few more giveaways.
Nice.
Give away some of these packs of cards that I accumulate and have some more comic books and other things to quote downsize the collection, as Megan Lynn said, and Mrs. Pops likes very much.
Mrs. Pops.
They called her that. She's not allowed. They told her that you can't change it now. There's no going back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Megan, I said, you didn't know my real name. You can call me that. She's like, no, thanks. I'm not going to do that. You just let me.
Likewise, Pops.
And we met. And we met them at the meetup, and they hugged each other and they joked about my collection. And then Laura and my wife, Mrs. Pop, says, "Well, if you want some of it, I'll be happy to mail it." So she was happy to ship stuff away. So yes, I was like, "Wow, the cards are against me in this formula, so I might as well pick and choose my battles." So
there you go.
she's getting used to Mrs. Pops, I think, or Julie's general references to Mrs. Pops. It's weird in public. But not private. But now we got Mrs. C. We have J. Rudd over there. So things are
no.
Oh, come on.
No.
Yeah, and the Indian cinema expert among us is a common idiot. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for that.
Yeah.
Is there a good film you've seen this year that you don't feel like anyone's really talking about? Because I still am trying. I'm still on the Black Phone bandwagon.
I'm
still on the Black Phone bandwagon.
I saw Black Phone. I wasn't impressed, but then again, I'm not. But then again, I'm not a huge horror film. The Northman is something that I really liked.
Yeah, Northman was great.
Northman was good. Yeah.
Okay.
I really liked Smile. I thought Smile was really good for a horror.
Smile
I've
was
not
pretty
seen that.
good.
Yeah,
It's better. So after I've seen it again since I watch with like my parents and my brother and stuff at home. It's definitely better in the theater, so you don't have any interruptions. You hear all the sound, because sound plays a big important role to it. So hearing like surround sound and all that. So if you have that, great. But yeah, it was still a good movie.
I can actually do that at my bar at work. Is it what streaming platform is it on?
Paramount Plus, I think.
Never mind.
On Paramount. Or you could, you know, there's a yacht club that I know a member of.
I don't swashbuckle.
Oh, I totally understand.
I tend to leave my crimes in Gotham.
in all of public eye. So but yes, Whitechapel definitely. By the way, is just got to be. I mean, he's made online and thing, but his card collection's epic. He's got. Can't we share more with you guys whenever I chat with him about it a little bit and maybe try to figure out how to button up a few of the sets and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like just most of these 90 sets, dude's rocking and rolling. The binder's full. It's freaking great. So impressed. Very nice. So, all right. So let's do it again. I know we talked about it briefly during the show. So tomorrow, Cannoli, you've got Gremlins, right?
I got Gremlins. Yeah. So I will be doing a lot of the Warner Brothers news with my co-host tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then we'll finish off with the Gremlins review and analysis.
Awesome. That's great. And then the other stream is Friday. Do you have a topic set, or is it more like
Friday? Yeah, Friday is always the same time. Yeah, it's just basically whatever. Yeah, Miss Cannolisasquatch. I'll say, I don't know what we should talk about. And she'll go, okay, let me do some research. Within like 24 hours, she has like 9 topics for me, and we just kind of pick. And so it's just random, like just typical podcast producer. She's insane. She's amazing. She is.
Yeah, that's awesome. And she is amazing. Matt is there's videos and stuff dropping all the time out of Matt. But what type of streaming schedule you got this week, my friend?
Lately I've been trying to do more videos, just kind of keep the content rolling out. But Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern is usually what I try to shoot for, and that's when I just do my weekly breakdown of all the stuff going on. If I talk about a specific movie coming out, or it's more news related, but I will discuss. I mean, we go off the rails, right? So talking somehow I always talk about Star Wars for some reason. So
always bring it up. That's why people always bring it up.
I heard something today during the Valiant stream with a WW Pro about the sequels.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
I don't even want. Do I even want to know?
Let's put it this way. According to Script Doctor, the lowest figure he heard from his friends who work with Lucasfilm and stuff, the lowest number he heard for the production costs for the Rise of Palpatine, $515 million. With a marketing budget of $250 million, and the thing only grossed $1.03 billion. Rise of Palpatine lost over $200 million.
Let it burn. Good.
Good
for them. I wonder when the audit starts to come. Like at some point, someone will figure out enough to know. And then once the shareholders get wind, it's just going to tank really quickly. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Eventually, there's just too much.
There has to be a tipping. There has to be some tipping points and things.
At some point, something has to happen. Yeah.
Just to comment.
Padawannabe says, "Is it original?" So It Follows. From what I understand, it is original, right?
It's an original idea, but it has the premise of It Follows. Like when I watched this, I said, "All right, It Follows" came to mind. The Ring came to mind, but it's a different. It's a similar idea, but in a different concept.
Different take.
And and then the way the ending and stuff, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, if you liked It Follows, I think you would like this. It's definitely different though. And again, what I'll say about most horror movies, if you ever notice, like they give you the audience a break. You know what I mean? Like you're gas on the pedal and then they let off and they let you sit. This movie is constantly in your face, making you feel uneasy. The music, the way they film it, the way the angles are, the conversations are very tight. Like you're always uneasy, and that's what I think really sets it apart from these other movies. So that's what I took away from it. And then the ending, the third act was bonkers. Like the third act was bonkers, but it was fun. If you like horror movies, I would check it out. It's worth it. It made a ton of money.
It did make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I did not know this, but horror genre is a really big money making genre, really.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. And they're made cheap too.
It's a good return on investment in modern time. Yeah,
movies are cheaply
this one
made.
was,
and they make
this
money.
was you're right. This one was very cheap, and it killed Scream and Halloween both. Like,
because
I can tell you why it killed Halloween.
oh yeah, Halloween.
That was Halloween ends. Thank God it ended.
I hated Scream as well. Scream
yeah.
just.
I wasn't a big fan.
What was it? Because I found out that James Gunn's co-CEO, who is also his agent, is also the producer for the I want to say the Insidious series.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. The
Yeah,
whole
like
universe now.
Annabelle and the Nun.
Mhm.
Oh, James.
Mhm.
You're talking about James Wan?
No, Peter Safran.
Oh, Peter Safran's a producer. Okay, I'm sorry, I
Oh,
misunderstood.
okay.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's
So,
behind those things.
You know what else made a lot of money, and it just has to honk Hollywood off to no end. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I really couldn't believe the figure. I got an email from my faith-based side of my life, and I spent a lot more time doing promotion and stuff for these folks and things like that. And I got an email about their TV show called The Chosen. I don't know if you guys have heard of The Chosen.
Chosen. I watch it.
It's been out there. It's a faith-based thing. They're on like season 3. It was very self-funded. It blew up. They actually released episodes 1 and 2 of season 3 in the theater. It has made $13 million.
Yeah, crowdfunded thing and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. $13 million. You know, that humiliates movies like She Said, and I mean, Don't Worry, Darling, I think eventually did make some money, but that movie was diarrhea compared to what the expectation was. Some movies are a freaking mess. Things like that. Yeah, it's just it's the world is broken and not everybody knows it. That's all I can say on that. So
true story.
It's true.
But yeah, good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for everybody hopping in here. Thanks to all of you in chat. And
of course, anytime.
man, it's been great doing this kind of stuff. It's awesome to be able to be an off night so I can able to connect with folks like Mr. Cannoli, who we have time zone issues and scheduling issues and that kind of thing, but it's great to do that. Big fan of his streams. Make sure you go check it because we just got to have fun, man. We just got to have a good time.
All we
talk
do
about cool stuff, share our voice and our likes, interest, and hail to Mrs. C because she's rocking and rolling the producer role, keeping him in line and pushing him harder to be better. So that's great. And of course, Joker, hashtag keep talking, my friend, my brother. Always great stuff as always. And Matt, who is, he literally is like almost, we've become like quasi production brothers at this point. We just looking forward to rolling into 2023 and just start coordinating things together, I think.
Yeah. Little Shop of Horrors is all right, but other than that,
yeah, we're gonna do a whole a stream on musicals.
I need to see an RRR review.
Exactly.
I know.
I'm 20 days. Within 20 days.
Yeah, 20 days to watch a 3-hour. Break it up in an hour per night. Yeah, right.
It actually is a compartmentalized movie where you could watch chunks of it and take breaks. It really is like that. It actually was part of the benefit of it being it is one of the biggest benefits to that film compared to some of the others. And it is weird because I did a review of one of them, and I can't remember which one it was, but I was like dramatically pointed out at this point in the film, we had this weird recap. And then one of them messaged me, because I don't know who this person was. There was an intermission because it's a 3-hour movie. So they put an intermission in their film. So they actually did, when you went back, sat down, they kind of did a little soft little recap of like 2 or 3 minutes where they kind of like created a song or a reason for us to discuss what had been happening. And I was like, oh, Okay, that does kind of make some sense. I mean, it's awkward. It's not necessary. It's not the best film tact, but hey, if that's what y'all chose to do, that's fine. So yeah,
I'll use this movie as my new series that I want to start. Amazing or overrated? How about that?
There you go.
I would
love. That's a perfect
to
category
get that
for that.
That actually is a fair. That is a very fair category for that film because it does kind of walk a very fine line between that very much and I can definitely see that because now we have overhyped it to you for so long now.
Yeah, so you're
almost certainly. Yeah, because it's not like we've talked about that. This is the first time you've heard about this tonight. We've been talking about
I've
this
heard about it for a long time.
For months. For a month.
Yeah, I will say that all the people I've overhyped it to, they've all loved it though. So like it hasn't ruined anybody's experience going, this is not what I expected. It's not what I expected. It's not what my wife expected, but it's still fantastic.
Well, good deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to check it out. I will get that done by the end of the year because I think that, like I said, that fits that category. I think it'd be cool. And I got a lot of other ideas for
we're
that,
keeping notes, so we're gonna
I'll have it out. I'll have it out.
Yeah. Well, we're only an hour away from 19 days, so we'll see how it goes. Well, listen, my brothers, thank you all so much for everything, being here and doing this with me. Always. It's been a blast. It's been all like time.
Appreciate it.
It seems only fitting since I did it, we would go out on a high note and let Padawannabe have another day in glory as we close out the stream with him. But tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern time, another Talk Hard. We're going to do claymation. We're going to do the Rankin Bass classic Christmas stop motion animation ones. We're going to pay a little tribute to Rudolph and pay a little tribute to Santa Claus coming to town and You're Not Santa Claus. We'll do a little tribute to that.
Oh yeah.
No, I want to stick to the claymation ones. I want to stick to the animation. So I didn't want to include Frosty. I put Frosty on ice. I want to stick to the stop motion ones. Because the stop motion ones, no, Frosty's not stop motion. Frosty was a cartoon.
Frosty was definitely in those categories. Oh yes, he was. When Rudolph saves Christmas, he saves Frosty, his wife, and the children. Oh yes.
Oh, you're picking a fight now. I know what you're talking about. We're picking the main three. You and your Frosty can just wait in the freezer. Right?
Just wait.
But yeah, that's tomorrow's Talk Hard. So it'll be a little different than, we come off of doing Santa's Sleigh and Fat Man and we're doing kids cartoons. But hey, that was kind of by design. So anyway, with that, everybody make tomorrow better than today. Talk hard and give Padawannabe his due because he was the coach who did it first. So, he went for the hardcore. I wish I could see Loki's face. Padawannabe is the boss.
You're the boss, brother.
You're the boss. We are clipping this. This will be a new clip.
It's like dusty pop rocks with no pop.
Pop rocks with no pop. Holy cow.
There's no way that's gum anymore.
It's just no taste at all.
It still tasted like chewing gum. But there's
no, you're a soldier, brother.
It just turns to dust. There's no
all I can say to that is
not staying.